welcome to a weekly vlog. Today we will be going through my work week. I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so technically it's not a complete like 1 week, but it's like a 3 in a row. So I wanted to vlog it, and then I get like a couple of days of break, and then I come back to work again. But today I'll just be vlogging the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday since they're all back to back. I'm at my full-time job for these shifts. I'll be working COVID IMU. So I have 3 patients. 2 of them are already pretty much maxed out on the heated high flow, meaning they're on the highest level of oxygen that can be tolerated on my unit. So if they are to decline, they have the potential to go to ICU and be intubated. So we have 2 patients we'll be watching out for during these 3 shifts. We'll see how it goes, but I've already rounded on all of them. Now they're all like participating in the care. Normally we tell patients to prone, which is to lay on their stomach. So before, a couple of them were not doing that, but now they're all compliant. So we'll see how it goes, if they get better or what's going to happen during these 3 in a row. So hopefully, you know, it'll be a good 3 in a row, but with how much they're on, I feel like one of them is probably going to go to ICU just because that's how it normally goes. But we'll see what happens. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Nurse Lainey. I am a COVID IMU nurse for the most part. Also have a PRN agency job that I do normally 2 to 3 times a month. If you are not new here, then welcome back. Hey y'all, my voice is a little like, I don't think it sounds like itself yet. I was hoarse like previously for like 2 or 3 days in a row, so it's just not coming back. So if it sounds a little funny, that's why. But I just definitely wanted to take y'all along this work week since it's going to be 3 in a row, and I'm going to get most likely the same patients back, so we could really just watch like how their care is like going to go and like what's going to happen to them. So like I said, we'll see what happens. As always, I'll keep you guys updated throughout my shift as much as possible, and we'll like I said, we'll see what happens. So I'll check back in with y'all a little later. Alright, you guys, I am warming up my oatmeal. Y'all know my yogurt and my oatmeal. Those are my 2 go-tos when I'm at work. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to limit me going down to the cafeteria and spending money. So we'll see how that goes this year, because I mean, it's not like I go down excessively or whatever, but you know that stuff adds up over time. So I'm going to try to limit that. So before I had a dollar amount, like each week, I was saying like $10 per week. I was fine with spending, but I'm going to try to limit, like I'm only going down there for 1 meal out of my work week type of thing. And, you know, that should be even less than 10, you know, but we'll see how that goes. I'm like kind of sweating. It's hot, guys. Like it's hot. My patients, you know, I've been going in and out of their rooms doing little things like, I passed all their meds first, and then I like passed ice water for them, passed them some stuff to like brush their teeth with. And then since I have 2 that are pretty like critical for my unit, I've just been checking on them pretty frequently. I don't know, I really feel like one of them is going to go to ICU because, you know, they're on so much oxygen. I had to turn them both up even more, so I don't know. One of them, he just insists on sitting in the chair, you know, so he desaturates whenever he does that, which is normal. Most people do, but it's just like you don't have any room to compensate with the machine because he's already on so much. And then my other one, he will stay in bed or whatever, but like he wants to get up to go to the restroom, which causes him to desaturate. So I'm going to make him prone, go back prone when he's finished eating to help, because I think he just has poor lung reserve at this point, because after he got up, he desatted. I put the non-rebreather on, and he's been having it on, and has not like recovered yet. The highest it went back up to was like 92%. So we'll see. Like I said, after he's done eating breakfast, I'm gonna tell him to go back prone. And he was also telling me he hadn't had a bowel movement in a couple days. So I caught the doctor while the doctor was already in the room, and I went ahead and asked her for the order. So she already had put it in, and then I gave it to him. So that's resolved. I just need him to get his oxygenation back up. So like I said, when he's done eating, hopefully he'll already have to poop by then, so we could just knock everything out. But I'm going to make him go back on his stomach because I'm not trying to go to ICU today. Y'all already know from the last vlog how that went. So, What's up, guys? Just here to provide y'all with a little update. So it's like 2 something. Not much has happened in regards to my patients. I do have one patient that is kind of like non-compliant. So he actually removed all of his oxygen to walk to the restroom. And that was a disaster. Like, look, I caught him. Luckily, I was sitting by the monitor today, so I caught him like with nothing on. So I went to go see what he was doing because nothing was being monitored. So when I went in, he was in the restroom. So the thing about it is that oxygen cords can't reach all the way to the restroom. So he just took them off. Luckily, he was okay because I told him like, hey, like you could have coded or whatever. So I told him like, hey, like something could happen to you in the restroom. Like you didn't even call me. Like aside from you just not listening and you just doing whatever you want. Like you could have coded like you were in the restroom and you didn't even tell me like that you were going in there. At least if you were going to go without it, I could watch you and make sure you're safe. But he's like this morbidly obese patient. So aside from that, like if he passed out in the restroom or something, like I would have had to get the Hoyer lift to lift him up to get him back into the room. And that could take like anywhere between like 5 to 10 minutes, if not longer. By that time, you're damn near dead. And then aside from that, it's like the only thing like I come up with in hindsight when I was going through like what would I have done if he was passed out in the restroom is I'd have to call somebody to get the crash cart and like give me the ambu bag because like I said, none of the oxygen devices reach into the restroom. And if I could use the non-rebreather, I would have to have extension tubing for that. But who's to say it's in the room or not, because he's on the heated high flow and he's not really supposed to be going to the restroom anyway. So none of that stuff might have even been available at the time. But I like went off on him. I'm going to insert the note that I wrote about him into this clip. But I like informed the doctor, the pulmonologist, basically everybody just to be aware because he's like refusing to use the bedside commode to go to the restroom. Like he's like, if he has a bowel movement, he's going to walk to the restroom. So I did the best that I could. Like I put the oxygen, the heated high flow on the other side of the bed. So hopefully, even though it's not going to reach into the restroom, at least it's like closer. So if something was to happen, I could get him on faster. And I'm gonna get some extension tubing too and put it like in his room. So if I do need to do that, you know, at least he can go on a non-rebreather with extension tubing. Like now that I know he's just not gonna listen, I could prepare, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the fact that I didn't know like that he was going to do that. That was the problem. But anyway, that happened with my patient. And just now recently I came back from break, so I was like looking at my patient's saturations and I noticed that another patient, her saturation was like 44%, guys, like literally 44%. So I was going to call the nurse, but my Vocera died. So I went in the room, right? And then she doesn't have any oxygen on it. Same thing. So like I put the oxygen back on her, put the non-rebreather on top, went to turn up her oxygen to like a higher level. Luckily she came up because sometimes when people go down that low, like they don't recover from that. So luckily she did, because I was just like, not me about to have to code another patient today. Like, this is 1 of 3. We not doing that today. You hear me? So that worked out fine. So now I'm just about to like rest and relax for a little bit. I don't really have any more meds until 5 or 6 o'clock or something like that. And I just rounded all my patients and they're all fine. So just gonna chill a little bit. But that's what's going on. I'll come back at the end of the shift, give you guys some updates if there are any. So I'll see you guys then. Y'all, why is my patient trying to go AMA? It's maxed out on here, high flow. Be back later. All right, guys, so the day's over. I ended up transferring that patient to ICU. It was so annoying. We kept going back and forth and back about him going to ICU. Like, as in me and the patient. Like, he did not want to go. He was like, I don't really see the reason why I should have to go to ICU. I feel fine, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, the doctor wanted you to go, so you could talk to her. So I told him, like, educated him, like, oh, hey, this is why they want you to go, you know. These are the risks and benefits of staying on this unit, blah, blah, blah. It's just really annoying because I'm just like, why am I talking to you about this? Can you please just go to ICU? It's better. But as y'all can see, I'm at home now. That was my only problem today. Like, literally, was him. If he wasn't even my patient today, like, today would have been, like, an excellent day. It still was a pretty good day. But he just, like, complicated it for sure. So, annoying. Not my patient anymore, so don't care. But I'll see you guys next time. And tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Hopefully I don't get replaced with a worse patient. So let's see. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of 3. So we are back at it again. I have 2 of my same patients back, and then we got 1 new patient. She's IMU COVID positive. She transferred from ICU last night. So she'll be with us today. I'm not sure what oxygen setting she's on as far as heated high flow, because when she came, she was on the BiPAP. So we'll figure out what she can tolerate today. I came a little bit earlier because my coworker has a flight like at 9 o'clock. So I actually got here at 6 today. So I've already finished receiving a report, going by all the rooms, you know, like refilling the water, stocking the carts, the isolation carts with gowns, gloves, all that type of stuff. And I just grabbed stuff I thought I might need throughout the day, like leads and the chucks and wipes, diapers, all that type of stuff. So I've already done all of that. I'm about to sit down for a little bit because I can't pass meds until at the earliest 8. So I have a little bit of a window there, so I'm gonna wait for that. I need to recollect the lab for one of my patients. Her CBC was not enough to send. This one is she's dialysis. This is the one from ICU that I'm talking about right now. So she's a dialysis patient, so I'm not sure like how well I'll be able to get her blood. Angela's, like, the nurse who left said it was pretty difficult for her, so I might not even, like, I might just tell the doctor, like, hey, she gets dialysis today, like, they can get it. But I do need to know the results because the other day her hemoglobin was low, so they had to transfuse her. So I don't know. When I go in to pass her meds, I'll take a look. If not, I'm not going to, like, stress about it. All right, guys, this concludes day 2 of 3. Today's shift was actually pretty good. Not much went on with my patients. I did a lot of, like, I was going to say self-care, but a lot of, like, patient type things, as I call them, like changing the bed, cleaning them up, getting them up in the chair, passing the trays, that sorts of things. My patient who was new to me today, she did convert from the BiPAP to the heated high flow, and we actually was able to wean her down to 10 liters high flow today. So that's good. And then my second patient, we were able to wean him down to 10 as well. So that's pretty cool. So they're probably going to downgrade from IMU tomorrow. So that means I'll probably start off with them, but I'm not going to end with them. So tomorrow's probably going to be a lot busier than today was for me. Also, my other patient, he's been, like, really sick the entire time. He's been on heated high flow, like, pretty much maxed out. We weren't really able to do much with him today because he could barely even tolerate, like, moving around. So we just left him as is. So, like, that's pretty much all that happened today. They don't have a lot of meds because they've been there so long, to the point that, like, they completed most of their, like, treatment as far as antibiotics and antivirals and stuff. So I don't really have to pass that many meds, and they're all pretty independent. The only problem is that they have to have, like, a lot of oxygen. So my day's pretty easy today. I'm grateful because, as y'all watch my vlogs, y'all know some days be crazy, but today was not one of them. Actually got to plan me a couple little trips for this year. Now I am more encouraged to go to work because I need money. But yeah, today was good. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. everyone. We are going downstairs for breakfast. Okay, yeah. We're going downstairs for breakfast. I think I'm going to get an omelet. I've been craving an omelet since yesterday, but yesterday, breakfast ends at 10, so I didn't have enough time to go back down to get it. So today I have I think it's like 9:30 or something like that, so I have time to get it. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get my omelet. I'll give you guys a little rundown. Welcome to day 3 of 3. So welcome to day 3 of 3. I have the same patients as yesterday. They're all doing pretty good. If you guys remember, I weaned 2 of them to like high flow yesterday. So I'm wanting to get them up to do more activity today, just so they can get like accustomed to walking around and stuff like that, since they haven't really been able to previously because of the oxygen demand. And then my other patient, he's still like pretty ill. He's on heated high flow, 60 liters, 90% when I got here. Actually had to turn him up to 95 because he was desaturating a lot this morning and I didn't want him to have to struggle to breathe. So I bumped him up. The nurse practitioner around it, and she's gonna take a look at him. I don't think he really needs to go to ICU quite yet, but you know, she needs to be aware of what's going on with him. I guess the omelet station is not open today. That sucks. So I think I'm gonna get a Texas toast. Do y'all ever have it like where you knew you was about to eat something, so you had your mouth like ready to eat it, and then like last minute you gotta eat something else? That's where I'm at right now. I got my other option that I normally eat over here. So this little breakfast sandwich. So that's what I'll do. It's actually cheaper, so I guess that works out for me since I'm trying to like save money supposedly. Yeah, but after I get this, I'll go back upstairs and eat, and then I don't have anything to do until like 12, I think. Just came back from lunch, here to give y'all a little update. All my patients are basically the same, but kind of wanted to talk to y'all because I found out like a lot of our nurses are leaving. A couple are going travel nursings. A couple of them are like transferring units. They're staying in the hospital, but they're going to different units. So it's going to be very interesting because it's like eventually it's going to be like a whole new group here. And it's kind of funny. I'm like, I've only been here for a year, so it's like maybe probably when I hit exactly a year, which will be in March, it'll probably be like half of the people here than when I started out with, which is kind of crazy. Maybe not half, I'll say a third. But anyway, I signed up for a preceptor class. They've been asking me to like precept new graduate nurses and experienced nurses who come here that are new to the hospital or whatever. So I decided to go ahead and sign up for it because I've been complaining a lot about the nurses here and like how I think they're incompetent and stuff. And it's just a thing my parents taught me, like be a part of the solution, not the problem type of thing. So if I'm going to complain about the incompetency, then I need to do something to like prevent it from occurring. So I'm gonna go to that class like in a couple of weeks. It's 8.5 hours, so it's kind of be like overtime for me. And then I guess after that, whenever we start getting new people, like I can orient them whenever my manager assigns them to whoever, because there are a couple other people who orient here too. When really it's like only 2 now. Before I think it was like only like it was like 5 or 4 on day shift, but now it'll be 2 and I'll make the 3rd. So that's going to happen. Also wanted to tell y'all, like, I got so annoyed today with another nurse. Like, I hate when you really help people out and then like they don't return the favor. So basically I had like a patient family member come up here, and per Texas laws, like they're supposed to be allowed visitors, but the attending still has the right to make the decision in order to like restrict the visitors from coming or not to prevent the spread of COVID. So most of everybody on our unit, like there's no visitors allowed. So apparently the patient family member came up here, but they still had the order for them not to have visitors. So I'm like eating and I'm on break, and the nurse calls me and she's like, oh, hey, like somebody's son is here to visit them. Are they allowed to have visitors? And I was like, no. And she was like, oh, well, they're here. Can you come talk to them? And I'm like, what do I need to talk to them about? Like, they can't have visitors. They can't have visitors. Just tell them they're not allowed to have visitors. There's an order placed. Once the order's removed, then they can come and visit the patient. But she was like, oh, can you just talk to them, please? And I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm eating right now. It's really annoying because, like, yesterday, I helped her with her patient family member. Like, they came to visit, and I called and I was like, hey, are they allowed to have visitors? And she was like, yes. So, like, I was like, okay. So I taught the patient family member about proper personal equipment. No, was that called? Protective personal equipment, PPE. So I gave her a face shield. I got her a gown, showed her the gloves. I told her how to put it all on and let her go in the room. And I'm like, I literally just did that for you yesterday, and then today, like, you can't even tell my patient family member, like, they're not allowed to visit. Like, that's really annoying to me. So I had to leave from eating, you know, go tell them about it. And apparently he said he talked to the doctor today and she said she could come, but she didn't discontinue the order. So I just told him to, like, wait in the waiting area, and I messaged the doctor. And then I went to finish eating. And then when I came back, she was actually on the unit. So I was like, oh, hey, is this people allowed to have visitors? She said, yeah. So she discontinued the order in the system, and I, like, brought him to the room. But I'm just like, girl, like, annoyed. I was like, I'm about to start doing or stop doing extra for people who don't do shit for me in return. Like, why am I doing all of this? Like, I easily could have been like, oh, you know what? Let me go tell your nurse and I'll have her help you out. Like, I didn't do that. I just did it myself because it's like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? So I'm just a bit annoyed about that. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments section, like, how y'all would feel about that situation if you were me. But it did annoy me. I did it, but I was just like, for real, girl. But right now, I just finished rounding on my patients after lunch. They're all okay still, so I'm gonna just hang out for a little bit. As y'all can tell, my patients have been low maintenance since Friday, so I don't really have to do much for them. I, like, check on them every hour, make sure they're good, do little things that they ask, like turn the temperature down, get a blanket, whatever. But I'm not really having to do a lot for them, honestly, these past couple of days, so I'm gonna hang out for a bit. I can't pass, like, there's no more meds to pass until like 4 or 5 o'clock. So I'll just keep an eye on their oxygen saturation, and, like, a lot of them are resting right now. So yeah. So guys, I'm currently editing this video. This is editing Lainey here. I did not realize I didn't film an outro to this video. So I don't know what happened on this day, but this is the last thing I recorded. I don't think anything happened, like, after I recorded this, and I think I forgot I was vlogging. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Go ahead and leave a comment if you would like, and I will see you guys in my next weekly vlog.